2025 was a year in which Casio stepped out of their comfort zone and launched some, shall we say, unusual products. Coming from their G-Shock brand, they launched the CRW001, a watch you wear not on your wrist, but on your finger, just like a ring. With a price tag of $120 US, it sold out soon after launch, much to my surprise. They weren't content with just releasing unusual looking watches, they also released Moflin, an AI-powered robotic companion to provide you with emotional support. Yours for a mere $400. If these quirky products were out of your price range, you needn't feel left out, because they also released the AE1700 for a mere $55. And this is a digital dive style watch with a rotating bezel. Even though Casio is most known today for producing solid, dependable and inexpensive watches, they do have a history of producing some out there products. As an example, they created the UBW pipe in 1946. This device allowed you to attach a cigarette onto a ring. This in turn freed up your hand so that you can carry on working and allowed you to smoke a cigarette up until the base. When the AE1700 was first announced, back in November 2025, there was immediate speculation as to how Casio were going to make a bezel work with a digital watch. Information was so sparse that it wasn't even known whether the bezel would turn or be fixed. First impression of the watch straight out of the box is its imposing size. Casio did release its dimensions in the specifications as being 55mm in length, 47.3mm in width, and 14.3mm in depth. But its dimensions on paper doesn't prepare you for its size in real life, especially if you're used to smaller watches. Here it is in relation to the AE1200 so that you get some idea of its size in real life. In hand it feels solid, like it's been carved out of a solid block of granite. The bezel does turn and the insert is made of aluminium. The total weight is 60 grams, which is heavier than other standard Casios, and this also helps to add to the feeling of robustness. The version which I chose is the AE-1700H-1BV, the negative display version with a black and gold bezel. I got this because it bears a striking resemblance to the Seiko SBEP005, otherwise nicknamed the Seiko Digi-Tuner. This was a watch that I missed out on because it was only available in the Japanese domestic market. And because it has large digits, legibility is quite good, even with a negative display. At launch, 3 variants are offered, 2 of which have a positive display. Now here's how it looks on the wrist. The materials used for the case and band is resin, which is to be expected at this price point. The flat circular crystal over the display is also made of resin. This is something that I don't mind, as minor or even deeper scratches can be easily buffed out. Something you can't do on mineral glass crystals. The large push buttons for operating the watch have just the right amount of resistance and can be pressed even when wearing gloves. Although for aesthetic purposes it would have been a nice touch if they were finished off in a gold colour to match the bezel. The LCD display used is a standard twisted pneumatic variety. The benefits of the negative display is that you don't get any ghosting even at obtuse angles, but obviously choose the positive display if you want the best legibility. The display itself is divided into 3 sections. First row shows the day and date, the middle row for the time, and the bottom row for the seconds. Around the circumference is a graphical tract. This counts the seconds and completes a round once every minute. This essentially makes the bezel useless, as you can only use it to time events up to 60 seconds long. So we can say that on this watch the bezel is only there for aesthetic purposes. Thankfully though, there is a proper timer built into the module. The back of the watch features a vertically brushed steel backplate held down by 4 screws, and Casio claims a water resistance rating of 100 meters. Despite the size of the watch, it is comfortable to wear, even for me with 16cm wrists. This is because the straps go straight down at the ends, meaning there's no overhang like you can get on some G-Shock watches. Despite the fact that the bezel on the AE1700 is mainly there for show, it's no slouch in the specs department. Inside the case is a 3580 module. This is powered by a single CR2032 cell, which should keep it running for about 10 years before a battery change. Features on the module includes a stopwatch with split time to record first and second place, and this has a maximum duration of 24 hours. There's also a countdown timer with auto repeat. The maximum duration for the timer is 24 hours and the minimum duration is 1 minute. There are 3 independent alarms, one of which has a snooze function. And finally, it also has dual time so that you can add a second time zone. Other features which makes it more useful includes an auto calendar fully programmed for leap years up until the year 2099. There's also a daylight savings time indicator to allow you to move the time backwards or forwards by an hour easily. What it does not come with though is a fishing indicator. This was mistakenly included on the specs by Casio when the watch was first released. And now let's take a look at the backlight. This is provided by 2 amber coloured LEDs at the bottom of the screen. The duration the light stays on for can be set for either 1.5 seconds or for 3 seconds. One last thing which I want to show you is how to access the LCD test screen. You can access it by pressing the 2 buttons on the left and the bottom right button at the same time. When you scroll through it, it reveals that the module is using firmware 3768. This is the same firmware that's used in some of Casio's fishing indicator watches. So perhaps the watch did come with a fishing mode, but then they deliberately decided to disable it. With the release of the AE1700, Casio have once again strayed from their formula of making their AE series of watches world timer watches like the AE1000, AE1100 and AE1200. What has stayed consistent though is the value their AE series of watches provides, both in terms of features and in build quality. Yes, it may be a novelty to include a bezel on a digital watch, but for the way that Casio have executed the design, it's very likeable.